Sports Activities Center on the campus of St. Xavier High School. John Spears, Tony Burke, bringing you another night of St. X Tiger basketball. Tonight is senior night here at the Wills Center. The Tigers will send off 3 playing seniors and 2 managers, as it's a tradition unlike any other, Tony. And I know it was 1981, but I'm sure you remember your senior night over at the old Stern Gym.
Well, everybody will know if they've listened before that I was one of 4 seniors my senior year. And the athletic director, Alan Donoff, did not start all the seniors that night.
And who didn't start?
Me and Brad Brown.
All right. Aside from that, what do you remember about your senior night?
No, John, it's a shame it's on a Tuesday night, actually, because a Friday night's much better. You get a better crowd. Everything
especially tonight with Kentucky and Louisville both playing.
Yeah, but it should be special if you're a senior. I only played 3 out of 4 years, but most guys have played 4 years, and it's a lot of work. It's coming to an end, unfortunately, for most of these guys, no matter how far they go in the postseason. But it's an accomplishment. There's not many guys that play, and you should be proud of it. Families should be proud. It's just a night that you hope that if you're a Tiger fan, you hope you get another game here. But this is senior night, and it's a nice night for the seniors.
Holy Cross, the opponent tonight. The Cougars come in 12-13 under Coach Kent Fouché, and it's a game. If you're a Tiger basketball fan, you expect to come out here and win. The Tigers have had a lot of success against Holy Cross in the recent history of the program.
Yeah, John, they picked this series back up in 2009, and the Tigers have actually won 10 straight. So it's, size of the school matters. Holy Cross does not play a lot of the big schools. They have to play the teams in the 6 region, but they don't play most of the bigger schools that are out of the 6 region. So an opportunity for Holy Cross tonight to get a big win, get themselves to 500. And if you're the Tigers, you got to look for a win, because Friday night you got a really tough road trip over to Floyd Knobs.
And we are 1 week away from district play beginning for St. X. They'll take on Collegiate next Tuesday. That game at Mayo High School over on the old Zurich campus, as you like to say. But it's a time of year when you want to be playing your best.
It is, and Tigers have been a little up and down here towards the end of the year, but a Collegiate team they handled very well the first time. But it's always a dangerous game going into district play, because if you lose, you're done. But I think most people would tell you Mayo and St. X will get the rematch in the district final, and then the winner who wins that game will get to host a game in the regional before they move to Valley.
Tigers beat the Collegiate Titans 85-56 in the regular season meeting back on January 29th right here at the Wills Center. But before that, we got tonight's game, and as you mentioned, a tough one Friday night against Colby Barnes and Floyd Central. Floyd Central won 40-plus straight at home, including a win over Romeo Langford, New Albany last year at home. So a tough thing. I remember when we used to go play at New Albany, at Jeff, at Floyd Central every year, and it was few and far between coming out with wins.
Yeah, it's always tough. They started that series back when I played back in the 1800s, and we used to play over at New Albany and at Floyd Central. Loved playing at those places, and they switched New Albany to Jeff. But an opportunity to get a good game in before the district starts. But tonight's a game, John. It can be one of those games. It's one of those games you might be looking ahead, and you better not if you're the Tigers.
And Holy Cross, you mentioned to me before we went on the air, they will shoot the three-pointer. And as we know, anybody that shoots a lot of threes always has a chance if they're going in.
We saw it in the freshman game. I believe they hit 6 3-pointers. Holy Cross did in the second quarter, had the lead. But Holy Cross will shoot 40% of their shots from the three-point line, and that can be really good for you and really bad both ways. And they don't shoot for a great percentage at 31%, but on a given night, if you're not ready, and they have shooters, and Cade Crawley took most of his shots from the three-point line. So Crawley and Thornsberry tonight are two guys that are going to put the three up. Tigers got to know where they're at.
If you know the name Thornsberry, it is Keaton Thornsberry. Not only is he son of athletic director and former basketball star at Holy Cross, Jody Thornsberry, but he is the runner of the year as
Gatorade
far as cross country is concerned.
Runner of the year in the state of Kentucky, and that's not just given to him for any reason besides he's a national runner, and I got a feeling he doesn't get real tired on the basketball court.
Tigers come in 15-8 tonight. They won their last outing Friday night at Manual, 61-39 against a former district opponent, the Manual Crimsons, and a lot of contributions from a lot of people. 18 from Sabian Dillard, 14 from Nicholas Mosley, but Tigers took care of business against a team that they should have beaten, and that's what they got to do again here tonight. What do you take away from Friday's win? You were there.
Well, Friday was a game that truly could have been a game where, you know, Manual had an opportunity early on, but the Tigers played well later in the game, and they had good balance in scoring. I know Dillard and Mosley had most of the points, but they had 4 other guys that were from 5 to 8 points, and Smith, Borman, Bonsbach, and Hennis. So I think it was a pretty good team win. It's just that time of year. It doesn't matter if you're playing a team that's really good, John, or a team that's one of the best teams in the state. You have to, like you said earlier, you have to get better. You don't want to go into the postseason not playing well, and this is an opportunity tonight, like Manual was Friday night, to get yourself a win and get yourself to 16-8 if you're a Tiger fan. And same thing for Holy Cross. Holy Cross, you know, they come from a big district out there, and they got to play some games. And but when Holy Cross comes in here, they come in with an edge. They want to beat the Tigers, and it's just kind of that thing that you got to be aware of if you're the Tigers. This is a big game for the Cougars tonight.
And Holy Cross will have their senior night Friday night as Bardstown Bethlehem comes to Dixie Highway to take on the Cougars. We'll take a break. The JV game just finished. Tigers with a 49-40 win, so they'll go for the sweep tonight in the varsity contest. When we come back, we'll talk about some of the district pairings. All the matchups are ready, both 6th and 7th region, and we'll get you set for tournament play. You're listening to St. X High School basketball on the Bissett Game. Back at St. X, senior festivities underway. It is senior night here. Nick Camella. And you know what, Tony, I want to say a few words about Nick Camella here. He has been a 4-year manager here. He's the senior manager. He has taken care of us stat-wise, and anything we needed, whether it was an electrical outlet or a glass of water, Nick Camella's been there for us.
Yeah, John, just a good kid, and like you said, very thorough, been with this program, and I know Coach Klein will tell you, a very integral part of this program, and people don't realize what those guys do. They do a lot of stats, a lot of stuff in practice, a lot of stuff that really matters to the team, and Nick's going to be a guy that's going to be sorely missed, and he's been around. It's like he's been around here for 8 years, doesn't it?
It does, and if we have the Kevin Klein interview coming up. Nick Camella's a guy that might be a manager at Alabama next year, where Tyler Barnes, former Tiger, is down there walking on and playing.
I know he's a good student too, so that helps. And you know, you do things right, good things happen to you.
Sam Borman, of course, all-district, all-region football player as a defensive back, and really the strongest inside presence. Kyle Bonsbach has been hurt a lot this year, so Borman, who can shoot the 3, but he's a guy that's been a 3-year starter with the program.
Yeah, John, just a guy that's the heart and soul of the team, really, if you ask me. And he was with the football team. His brother Tyler out there, who was a St. X basketball player. And Sam's a guy that will be missed in this program all the way around. Like you said, a three-year guy on the varsity, and a guy that's really played well as the season's gone on, when he's got back into basketball flow. So he's really helped the Tigers this year. A guy will be sorely missed.
Andre Coleman, I think about Andre. I think about those 4 3-pointers against Wagner earlier this year, all from about the same spot in the corner, right across caddy corner from where we're sitting. A spot-up shooter. I don't think he's gotten the minutes that he probably has wanted to get overall this season, but he's a guy that can come in and light it up in a hurry.
Yeah, and a guy that kind of gives you a spark, too. He plays hard. He's aggressive. His dad, a JV coach, Andre Coleman Sr.
And Mike Liston, a 4-year guy with the program. left-hander, a guy that kind of gets forgotten, started some games this year, but it's been a tough road for him to hoe ever since James Taylor left the program. He's kind of had to step in and fill some shoes. He's had good nights, he's had bad nights, but Mike Liston going to give you everything he's got every time out on the floor.
Yeah, nobody plays harder than Michael Liston, and a guy last year gave him good minutes, and he's done this. They've kind of done it as a group this year, and Michael Liston's been a part of that, and especially when things need to be stabilized. A lot of times Michael Liston does that.
So only 3 senior players on this team, so what that means, Tony, a lot of these guys, we'll see them back here again next year. Guys like Sabian Dillard, guys like Kyle Bonsbach, and the future bright. The underclassmen, the JVs, and the freshmen having pretty good years as well. A guy like Makai Smith, the freshman, expect big things from him in the future as well. But your leading scorer, Dillard, will be back, and Bonsbach, who's one of your leading rebounders, will be back as well. So the future kind of bright here.
Yeah, they got a lot of options, John, and there's some JV guys that are going to improve, and like you said, Smith. And then you got, guys we didn't even talk about, like Hennis and Lynch and guys like that. A lot of guys that can play on this basketball team. So it will be interesting next year how Coach Klein kind of works them. You can't play 10, 11, 12 guys. You got to sort out. So it's the guys that work the hardest, the guys that develop the most, and Tigers should be in good shape next year.
All right, the district tournaments start next week. Full-fledged Monday starts. Let's start with the St. X district, the 26th. It'll be at Mail. Tuesday night, Brown and Mail will play at 5:30. Obviously, Mail will win that game by whatever score they want to win that game by. Collegiate and St. X, 7 o'clock. Tigers have to take care of business there. And then Thursday, a week from this Thursday, will be the final, 6:30. Mail put it on the Tigers here on their own court. They led that game early, and they Tigers were never able to really get back in that game. I think they got it down to single digits. But they were ineffective against that Mail Bulldog team. That's a good team. Yeah,
and that's how it started. When the Bulldogs got hired Fleming back, the junior, about 6'5", swing guy, it's made a big difference in that Mail team. They beat Ballard the other night. They might be they are one of the best teams in the region now with Fleming back. And just a horrible start that night by the Tigers. Could never make up ground. So I think that, you're looking at an opportunity to get that home game if you can win that first district game and win the district. So you are playing for something. You're just not playing to get into the regional. So, gosh, it's going to be a tough road at Mail beating Mail if you get there. But Tigers can do it.
25th district down at Shawnee this year. Monday it'll be Portland Christian and St. Francis. The winner of that will take on Central Wednesday at 6. Shawnee and Manual at 7:30. Barring any major upsets, of course, Tony, we expect the Thursday final to be Central and Manual.
Yeah, and district kind of down there. Yeah. Central by far, I think, the favorite to win that. And Manual trying to get it back to where they've been in the past, and right now they're kind of struggling.
That's 2 teams the Tigers have beaten, so win or lose the district, you want to play one of those 2 teams in the first round, right? That's the good draw. No offense to Central or Manual.
Oh, I think definitely, John. I don't think there's, if you give Coach Klein the choice, if he's the runner-up, he's going to take the winner, and if he's the winner, he's going to take the runner-up.
Absolutely. 27th out at Atherton and Trinity Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Then a very intriguing game to me here, Tony. 7:30 Wednesday, Seneca and Wagner. It's been Trinity and Wagner for a number of years now, but this Seneca team is senior nominated, and they can play.
Yeah,
they actually knocked off Ballard in the LIT.
Yeah, they got beat in the finals by Trinity. Was it Trinity? Yeah, Trinity beat them in the finals of the LIT. So that's a good Seneca team. We saw St. X beat them here, and St. X beat Wagner early in the year. Wagner, quote, one of the top 2, but I think Seneca's right there. That's going to be a good basketball game.
And that is the only 7th region district final that will be on Friday next week, 7:30. Trinity, in all likelihood, against the winner of Seneca and Wagner. So if you're looking for a game to go to next Friday, that could be a good one.
Yeah, definitely.
28th at Ballard, KCD and Ballard in the 6 o'clock game on Tuesday. Then Eastern and Christian Academy. Who knows who wins that game, but Ballard, the overwhelming favorite, I think, in the 28th.
Yeah, and they got Holly back, and that Alex Holly, which has really got them longer, too, kind of like Mail. So you expect Ballard, and then, who can pull that game off against Cal and Eastern?
Quickly, 6th region, which, by the way, is so wide open. It's incredible. The 6th region, number of teams that you think just might have a chance to win it.
Yeah, John, if you look at it right now, the best record in the 6 is 19-8 by PRP. and then you go down.
And it's hard for me to think PRP is the best team in the region.
Yeah, Bullitt East with the second best record at 19-9.
Bullitt Central.
Oh, I said East. I meant Central. Butler 18-7. They've been kind of the top dog most of the year, but J-Town a team that they'll watch out for in that region.
21st at Valley starts Monday. Best Haven against this Holy Cross team. The winner of that gets Fairdale, who is the #1 seed in the district because they beat PRP earlier in the year. PRP and Valley will play. That's an interesting game, semifinal game on the 21st.
Yeah, that ought to be a good one. Valley's they've been really up and down too, but nobody out there has really demanded the respect of everybody, so it's wide open.
Another 5-team district at 22nd out at Iroquois this year. Iroquois and Western will play Monday. The winner of that gets Butler, who's the #1 seed, and then Dawson DeSales, 7:30-ish Wednesday night, and the final on Friday night. DeSales, give them a chance coming out of that district?
Well, yeah, John, but you know, Wagner beat Doss by 1 point the other night. So it's, once again, it's not like a broken record. It's wide open.
23rd at Bullitt Central. It's Evangel against Southern in the Monday. I guess they call that a play-in game. Then North Bullitt takes on Moore on Tuesday. Evangel Southern winner against Bullitt Central. Bullitt Central's the #1 seed there, which is a little surprising because Moore's pretty good.
Throw a blanket on him, John.
Sounds like those races, I bet. The 24th at J-Town Whitfield Academy against J-Town on Tuesday. Bullitt East against Fern Creek. Final is Thursday. We expect it to be J-Town and Fern Creek. Tigers took it on the chin from the Creek a week ago tonight, and that's a pretty good young and good Fern Creek team.
That would be the only thing that would scare me if I'm Coach Schooler out there, that Bullitt East coming in and a young Fern Creek team. You got to know, you got to be ready to go, but I would take Fern Creek in that district too.
So we are 6 days away, I guess, from tournament play beginning in the 6th and 7th regions. Tigers will play on Tuesday, the second game against Collegiate. That game over at Mayo High School Tuesday night. No radio for any of these district or regional games we don't anticipate, but you never know. We'll see what happens if the Tigers can advance. Maybe we'll be able to do a game out at Valley in the near future. We'll take a break, come back and hear from the head coach of the Tigers, Kevin Klein. We're about 12.5 minutes away from tip-off here at the Wills Center between St. X and Holy Cross. You're listening to St. X High School basketball on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Hey, it's Jamie Miller, St. X alum, class of '85 with Glen Oaks Country Club. Are you looking for a membership at a private country club? You can do that at Glen Oaks.
different, and we feel great about giving Mike, Andre, and Sam a start. We're going to go with Kyle, Hennis, and Sabo as well, and we know we got about 8 or 9 guys that could be out there, and it's all about those 5 guys getting off to a great start, and those guys coming off the bench giving us great energy.
Nice win, road win against a former district opponent, Manual, on Friday night.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
What'd you like?
We really needed that. Coming off a tough game against Team Fern Creek Tuesday night, and we just did not play anywhere to our level. Didn't recognize the team we had out there. Credit to Fern Creek. We regrouped, had 2 really good days of practice Wednesday and Thursday, and really liked the way that we sped Manual up. We forced him to play an uncomfortable style. I thought all in all we had better ball movement. Still not shooting the ball as well as I think we can shoot, but I think with increased ball movement and playing for one another, I think those shots are going to start to drop. And this is a time of year where you want to be playing your best. So we're hitting that last week of the regular season. We got a great challenge tonight against Holy Cross, who has 3 seniors and a very talented junior in Sam Bearden. And then go over to Floyd Central on Friday night. I think they've got 40-something home wins in a row, and a big D1 athlete in Kobe Barnes, and I think they're number 4 in the state. So, I mean, this is a great opportunity this week to play a big win home, a big win on the road, and get us ready for the district tournament next week.
Holy Cross coming in off a loss to DeSales, a close game. If you're not ready to play, the kind of team that can give you a lot of fits.
Yeah, they really shoot the ball. Crawley averages 10 threes a game. They played DeSales to a possession. They played Bullitt Central to 1 point, who's won 19 games. That's their last 2 games of the year. And a lot of these kids have played in a lot of big games in the All-A state tournament. A lot of these kids have played varsity since freshman and sophomore year. So they've been in every situation, and they have the same goal as us. They want to win tonight. They want to be playing their best at this time of the year and get themselves ready for their district tournament next week. But a great challenge for sure.
And it's different when you're playing another Catholic team, whether it's Cub-Cath, Trinity, DeSales, Holy Cross. Throw them all in there together. It's a different atmosphere.
A lot of pride on the line tonight. Hopefully we have a great crowd for a Tuesday night, and feel really good about how we came out of practice yesterday and our game Friday night, and really excited to see what our guys bring tonight, and should be a good one.
Good luck, Coach.
Thanks, John.
Head Coach Kevin Klein will be back with the opening tip-off. You're listening to St. X High School basketball on the Bissing Impact Sports Radio Network.
This is Coach Kevin Klein from the St. X Tigers. I've been a member of the St. X family my entire life, with my dad, brothers, and me all grown.
Visit mmcartage.com for more information. M&M Cartage, the leader in regional transportation and logistics.
Welcome back. Brother John Wills Sports Activity Center. John and Tony courtside as the St. X Tigers have gone back to the locker room for final instructions. Holy Cross still out warming up. Keys to the game tonight, Tony Burke.
I think if you're the Tigers, you want to get up and down the floor, John. It's always turnovers. But I think it's really important for the Tigers to defend the 3 and make good decisions and attack to the basket.
And I assume Holy Cross going to want to just shoot a bunch and hit a bunch of 3-pointers.
Well, I think they, and that's Mr. Obvious. You want to hit the ball from outside. But I think Holy Cross has to do a nice job on the boards and just do a good job on Sabian Dillard, make the Tigers shoot contested shots.
Starting lineups, Tony Burke with a look at those.
First for the Holy Cross Cougars, who come in here 12-13 tonight under Coach Kent Fouché. At center, number 33, Chase Davis. He's a junior, 6'3", 4 points a game, 3 rebounds. At guard, number 5, Jaron McDonald. He's a senior, 5'8", 6 points a game, 2 rebounds. At one of the other guards, number 44, Keaton Thornsberry, a senior, 5'8", 11 points a game, 4 rebounds. At the third guard is a senior, number 10, Cade Crawley. He's 5'9", 12 points a game, 3 rebounds. And the leading scorer for the Holy Cross Cougars is a forward, number 3, Sam Bearden, a junior, 6'6", 13 points a game and 8 rebounds. For the St. X Tigers, who come in here tonight 15-8 under Coach Kevin Klein. They'll start at guard, number 11, Kyle Hennis, a junior, 6 feet, 3 points a game, 1 rebound. At the other guard, number 4, Sabian Dillard, junior, 6 feet tall, 17 points, 4 rebounds a game. The third guard will be number 22, Michael Liston, a senior, 5'9", 2 points a game, 1 rebound. One of the other at forward, number 23, Andre Coleman, senior, 6'2", 5 points a game, 2 rebounds. And the fifth starter for the Tigers, the third senior, number 33, Sam Borman, a senior, 6'3", 8 points a game, 6 rebounds.
And Sam Borman, the guy we talked about earlier, Tony, he had a really good night against Fern Creek, although not many of the Tigers did, and he played pretty well against Manual the other night. You mentioned it. He's gotten better as the year has gone along. I think he's gotten in better shape, and I also think he's gotten healthier. That wrist, which is still wrapped up, had been bothering him. He had an illness in the middle of the basketball season as well, but for the Tigers to do any damage in the postseason, Sam's going to have to be at 100%.
Yeah, John, and the one thing he's done this year is played out of position. He's a small forward, and he's had to play more of a power forward, and at times he's been the tallest guy on the court for the Tigers. So he's a guy, like Coach Klein said, can do a lot of things. He's a competitor, and you get a lot of Sam Borman to win a lot of games.
And we've seen a whole lot of the freshman Makai Smith lately as well. He's gotten a whole lot of playing time and a whole lot of big-time situations as well.
Yeah, John, he's played very well. He's just averaging 4 points a game, but he's played freshman in JV and a little bit of varsity. Now he's playing on the JV and the varsity, and a talent. A kid that has all the ability in the world, and he's helped the varsity out. He's still learning, but going to be a bright future for him down the road.
And I know it's senior night, so the 3 seniors get the starts, but I don't think Kevin Klein is comfortable with any rotation yet with this team as far as saying, okay, this guy's going to start every night. I don't think he's comfortable at all.
Yeah, it's been kind of a weird year. He's got a lot of guys that can play, not a lot of really standout type players. So he's kind of mixed and matched games. And you know, you hate to think this way, but if you don't know what you're going to get night in, night out, it's not easy to rely on certain guys. Nick Mosley's played well this year. He won't be in the starting lineup tonight. He's averaging right at 10 points a game.
He had 14 against Manual, played very well on Friday night, yet he's not starting tonight. Now, part of that is you're going to get Andre a start. You're going to get Mike Liston a start as well. We certainly expect to see the Tigers go 8 to 10 deep as they normally do.
Yeah, and John, I think one thing you'll see the Tigers try to do tonight, press and run. It really worked against Manual the other night, put some pressure on him. And I think for the Tigers really to be successful tonight, they have to really pressure the Holy Cross guards, make them take quick shots off balance.
I do want to let any of the Tiger fans listening know that, no, we are not on the Bissig Network on Friday night as the Tigers go to Floyd Central, but that game will be broadcast. Not going to give the station. You're going to have to do a little research to find it. The Tigers and Floyd Central on Friday night. Indiana does a great job of broadcasting high school basketball. And another thing is, when you go over to those places on a Friday night, they're filled up.
Yeah, John, it's a whiteout over there, and it's an opportunity if you're a St. X fan. Better check and make sure you got tickets.
Yeah,
it's senior night,
absolutely.
And it's a whiteout over there, so a big night.
We'll take a break, come back with the opening tip. You're listening to St. X High School Basketball on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
I'm Chris Burke, former major leaguer and St. X class of 1998.
I'm Pat Lampton, chief engineer at NASA and member of
Tonight.
Yeah, they go 6 or 7 deep, and you might want to add a little age to some of them that are sitting behind.
Well, I'm just talking about the students. They're going about 6, 7 minutes.
I know. I'm just joking.
And, of course, the Nick Camella, what do you call that, the fathead? I see a Mike Liston fathead over there as well. So the fatheads, I guess when you only got 7 or 8 guys in the race cage, about every other guy has a fathead when you got 4 seniors, right?
Yeah, you don't have to spend a lot of money on those, do you?
You absolutely do not. Holy Cross in the road. I'm going to say
gray.
Pewter. Is it the Tampa Bay Buccaneer pewter color?
No, that's more of a
gray, dark gray, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a gray with maroon.
Maroon trim, white numerals.
Nice look.
Tigers, they are nice looking. Tigers in their home white, green numerals with yellow trim is Jed Hilbert, ready to introduce the starting lineup for the Tigers. The loudest it'll probably be in here tonight, right?
It's loud right now, I know that.
Don't forget, if you want to listen to us and watch the game, we're streaming again tonight. Matt McCarthy here with us. You can go to livesportscaster.com or just go to the St. X website and click on the stream, and you can actually watch the game while listening to see if Tony and I are making a whole lot of mistakes or not.
And I was asked this question, can you go back and watch the games? Yes, you can go to livesportscaster.com and relive the excitement here at St. X High School.
Tigers at home for the final time this season, barring a win in the 26th district, a 26th district championship, in which they would take on a runner-up right here at St. X 2 weeks from tonight would be the date on that game. But, you know, I would say check your Courier Journal, but there are never any scores in there. So Tigers ready to finish out senior night here tonight, hopefully with a win. Hopefully Nick Camella can get away from us and turn the music down. I certainly hope he takes his music with him when he goes to Alabama or wherever he goes. We love Nick.
Well, John, the leading scorer for the Holy Cross Cougars, Sam Bearden, is a guy they're going to rely on a lot. 13 points a game, 8 rebounds, 6'6". Tigers have to be aware of him. Did a good job.
He'll jump against Sam Borman to get things going here, and Borman gets the tip to Hennis. It's 2-on-1, gets it to Dillard, to Coleman. Andre into the lane, out to Liston, open, right side, 3 ball in the air, good. Nothing but the bottom for Mike Liston on his first shot. The Tigers lead at 3-0. Quickly the other way, Holy Cross. Thornsberry out top to McDonald. Tigers in a man-to-man. Swinging around to Crawley, who hands it to Thornsberry. Gets a high screen, now drives to the elbow, cut off by Dillard. Crawley, they swing it across high left to Jared McDonald, the senior. He's out near the center circle. So it's on the wing to Thornsberry. To Bearden, his entry pass knocked away by Coleman and taken by Dillard, who gets it stolen in the lane as he was ready to go up for a layup. Can't go 1-on-3. Here's a fake 3, and now driving into the lane is Bearden with the layup. 3-2 Tigers. A turnover for each team on that last flurry. Liston, high left to Hennis against the 2-3 zone. Coleman's got it on the right side to Liston. Swing it left to Kyle. Hennis back to Mike. Right side to Coleman. Gets it in the corner to Borman and throws it out top to Liston. Swing it to the left. They get it now to the elbow. Back to Hennis for a 3. Good pass by Dillard. And Kyle Hennis knocks down his 3-pointer. 6-2 Tigers. No pressure defense yet for St. X. McDonald, right side to Bearden, to Thornsberry out top. Crawley's got it. Back to McDonald. Wide left. Guarded by Hennis. Gets a high screen from Davis. Into the lane is McDonald with a floater that just kind of stuck up on the rim for a second and fell down to Kyle Hennis. Hennis will bring it up and hand it to Liston. Hand off to Borman, who spins in the lane. Back to Coleman, high left. Drives baseline on the left. Tried to throw it across court, and I think he lost it as he tried to pass it to Sam Borman.
Yeah, Tigers get a couple good wide open threes early, and Andre just trying to force the action a little bit too much there. Turnover, Tigers lead 6-2.
McDonald will walk it across. Hennis waits for him at the center circle. High right to Bearden. Guarded by Borman. Gets a screen from Davis. Now Bearden will stop and pop the 3. Good. Bearden with all 5 of the Holy Cross points at 6-5 Tigers. Against the 2-3, here's Dillard in the middle. Free throw line jumper, way off. And Thornsberry clears it for the Cougars. Gives it to Crawley. Hands it to McDonald. He fakes the long 3 out top to Thornsberry. Guarded by Dillard. Hand off to Bearden. Wants to go on Sam Borman, but he's cut off. Instead, he throws it back out to Thornsberry for a long three that's no good. And the ball saved in by Crawley off of Liston. Holy Cross will keep it under their own hoop.
Well, the Tigers are going to have to do a better job on Sam Bearden. They don't step out off the switch. He beats them to the bucket. Holy Cross inbounds.
Here's McDonald out top to Thornsberry. Ball thrown in, knocked away by Coleman, but it hit Dillard in the back, went right back to Bearden, who drove in, almost threw it away, knocked out of bounds by Hennis. Again, Holy Cross keeps it.
An unselfish play by Bearden, but he's got to shoot that ball. He's going to the bucket in the lane. Holy Cross inbounds again.
Thornsberry's got it on the right, gets it to Crawley. Guarded by Liston. Hand off to Thornsberry, way out top. Right side to Bearden, back to Thornsberry. They get it in the middle to Davis. He's a big dude. Against Coleman, spins, traveled, no call, kicked it out for the three ball that rolls off from Crawley. Borman had it, knocked out of his hands by Thornsberry, and apparently it went off Borman, who does not like the call.
Well, Sam's got to do a better job of cradling that ball. Nice job to reach in, knock it off of his leg, and Holy Cross for the third time in a row inbound under their basket.
6-5 Tigers, 4:45 to go in the first. Here's Bearden at the elbow, hands it to Davis, back to Bearden at the top. Shoots a three, way short. Did Borman get a hand on it? And the way Holy Cross is running back on defense, I think he did not.
No, not a good sign when you're the shooter and you just turn around and start walking down the other end. So Tigers lead 6-5 with 4:35 left here in the first as Michael Liston brings the ball down.
That shot was about 2 feet short. Liston handoff to Hennis out top. Kyle returns the favor to Liston. Mike to the top, and he's fouled by Crawley. First foul of the game will go against Cade Crawley. Just a little hand check out top.
Well, Tigers, little dribble handoff, but all Holy Cross is doing is switching it. Tigers not getting much accomplished there. And a quick shot last time by Dillard. It looks like a good shot, but contested. Now Tigers inbound with Kyle Hennis.
Into Borman to Dillard in the corner. Open three, way short. The ball hits the deck and picked up by Davis, who hands it to McDonald. Delayed break here. Bearden's got it down low to Davis. He lays it in over Coleman. First lead of the night for the Cougars, 7-6. Midway through the first quarter here. Liston out top. He and Hennis playing pitch and catch against the 2-3. There's a lob to Dillard. He lays it in. And everybody on the Holy Cross bench was yelling, here comes the lob, but still couldn't do anything about it. 8-7 Tigers. Crawley hands it to Thornsberry. Right side out high to Bearden. Gets a high screen, doesn't take it, goes against it, but Borman cuts him off. Here's Crawley with the entry pass, knocked away by Coleman. Hennis the other way. It's 3-on-3. He'll hold it up and give it to Liston. Mike at the top, drives into the lane, stops, goes up a little layup, and rolls in. 5 for Liston. Tiger lead is back up to 3 at 10-7. McDonald walks it across, getting a high screen from Bearden. Goes in the lane against Hennis, and it's blocked out of bounds by Borman, who trailed the play and knocked it away. Bonsbach in for the Tigers. Chaz Garrity, sophomore, in for Holy Cross.
McDonald puts it on the deck. Pretty good pressure by Liston, and Borman comes over and knocks the ball away from the 5'8" senior going to the hoop.
Ball knocked away on the inbounds, picked up by Bearden. He's double teamed in the corner, in trouble. Gets it to McDonald, throws it out top. They get it to the new man Garrity, left side, three ball in the air, in and out from Crawley, and rebounded by Borman. Knocked away from him. He gets it back, gets it to Hennis. It's 3-on-3 the other way. Bounce pass to Dillard. He goes into the side, inside the three-point circle and hits a 15-foot jumper. That's 4 for Dillard. Tigers have their biggest lead at 12-7. 6-0 run for St. X here. McDonald, high left, out top to Garrity. Bonsbach comes to check him. Back to McDonald. Now Crawley takes it, right side to Thornsberry. To the elbow to Bearden, guarded by Borman. Wants to go one-on-one, does go one-on-one. Sam, good D, put it up short, rebounded by Dillard. Nice job by Sam Borman to challenge Bearden. Here's Liston to the elbow, cut off there, hands it to Hennis. Fake the three, drives inside, cross-court Borman, three ball in the air, no good. Dillard tipped it to himself, and it got away from him, and Crawley came up with it. Here's McDonald. Out high to Thornsberry, faked a 30-footer, tries to drive on Dillard, gets it in the corner to Crawley, back to Thornsberry. He'll take the long three this time, rolls out. Borman with a rebound and hands it to Liston. 1:47 to go in the quarter. Mike all the way to the free throw lane. Drives left, in trouble, drops it for Bonsbach, gets it back out to Liston. He's open for the three, doesn't take it to Borman. And Garrity closes out on Sam. Liston comes to get it. Holy Cross man-to-man now as Crawley has Liston. They get it down to Dillard on the block. He goes up, left hand too strong, and Garrity with the rebound. Here's Bearden out top. Hand off to McDonald. Fake the three. Tried to go around Hennis, could not get there. Now he does it again, can't get through. They give it to Garrity. He gets around Bonsbach, puts it up off balance. A late whistle. And first foul of the game on the Tigers will be on Kyle Bonsbach. Chaz Garrity will shoot a pair with 1:07 to go in the quarter.
Yeah, John, Tigers getting some pretty good looks. Not knocking them down. They lead by 5 as Garrity goes to the foul line for the Cougars. I'll try to get you what he's shooting on here real quickly, if I can find it.
Sophomore averages 4 points a game, and this one's way off. Matt Lynch, Mackay Smith in for the Tigers. Tavon Shekels, the senior, will give Bearden a rest for the Cougars.
Well, Johnny's only a 36% foul shooter.
He looked like it there. Second one is up and in. Talked him right into it, didn't I? First point for Gary. It's 12-8 Tigers, just over a minute to play in the first. Mackay Smith, with nobody guarding him, goes right to the free throw line, and he's finally, I think McDonald thought they were in a man-to-man. He was guarding Hennis. It's a 2-3 here for the Cougars. Smith out top, high left to Hennis. Had an option, didn't take it there. They drop it to Lynch at the free throw line, out to Dillard. They don't come get him, so he hits a 3. 7 for Sabian. It's 15-8 Tigers with 36 seconds to go in the first. McDonald out top, guarded by Hennis. Hand off to Crawley. Mackay Smith comes to get him at the three-point line. Actually just waits for him at the three-point line as Crawley's out near midcourt with 20 seconds. Holy Cross will get the possession at the quarter, barring a held ball here. They want the last shot. Here's McDonald out top with 10. Get it to Shekels at the elbow. Back to McDonald. Two-man game. They try to throw it left, and Crawley got it and missed the three. Bonsbach up with the rebound. Dillard went for the steal, couldn't get it. And Crawley had an off-balance three that almost went in. 1 quarter in the books. Tigers lead it 15-8. We'll take a break. You're listening to St. X High School basketball on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Hey, St. X.
I started talking about that other game, and I thought,
Visit sunbeltrentals.com for the location nearest you. What are you waiting for? Let Sunbelt Rentals help equip your project for success.
Tigers lead it 15-8 over Holy Cross. Sabian Dillard with 7 points in the quarter to lead St. X. 5 points of the 8 for Holy Cross go to Sam Bearden here, and it'll be Holy Cross ball as we start the second quarter. Tigers 6 of 10 from the field. Holy Cross only 3 of 11. McDonald brings it across. Guarded by Hennis. Dribbles all the way to the corner, out top to Garrity. They get it to Shekels out high. He waits and gets it across to McDonald. Looking for Davis, so the two big guys, Shekels and Davis, are both in there now. Shekels drives baseline against Lynch, goes up with a floater, it rolls off, and a foul against Chase Davis over the back on the rebound. Ken Fouché saw Davis get pushed in the back early in that possession by Bonsbach. I saw it too, but no call. First foul on Davis, second on the Cougars. Only 1 foul by each team in that first quarter. Here's Hennis and Lynch and Dillard on the weave. Dillard ends up at the free throw line with a jumper short. Lynch tapped it, Bonsbach tapped it, Oh, wow. And that's going to be the second foul on Kyle Bonsbach. That one I didn't see, Tony.
No, John, that was one where he reached out. He was behind the player, but he tipped the ball up in the air. Simon Smith will come in the game for the. No, he will not right now, him and Sam Borman.
Quick referee getting the ball to the Cougars out of bounds. McDonald walks it across, out high to Shekels. Battle down low.
Got to be on 33.
We're going to call Bonsbach with his third foul here, I think.
Wow.
That is a direct result of not getting Simon Smith and Borman to the table quick enough to get them in for Bonsbach.
Yeah, and Bonsbach's got to know in that situation, too. I don't care if he initiated a contact or not. He's got to back off.
So Kyle will sit for at least the next 7 minutes and 6 seconds with 3 fouls. Davis has in the corner, guarded by Simon Smith, his first action. Thornsberry got lost, but Smith closed out on him quickly in the corner. Out top to McDonald against Smith. In trouble at the foul line, and the corner to Thornberry, guarded by Dillard. They try to get it down low to Davis, overthrown, and Lynch on the backside caught it. Here's the Tigers the other way. Makai Smith fouled by Shekels out top, just a little reach-in foul. First on Tavon Shekels, third on the Cougars.
Well, not many fouls called, only 2 fouls called in the first quarter, and 4 called quickly here into the second quarter.
It is Smith, Lynch, Smith, Borman, and Dillard for the Tigers. Mackay hands it off to Borman, gets it back in the corner, drives baseline, gets it to Simon Smith. Great pass, he goes up and lays it in. Great look from Mackay Smith that time to get it to Simon Smith in a great spot, and he lays it in. 17-8 Tigers, biggest lead of the night so far. McDonald down low on the block to Chase Davis against Borman. Spins, goes up with a jumper, overshot it, and Dillard came out of there with it, got it to Smith, who got it back to Dillard, who's fouled by Thornsberry near midcourt.
Boy, great defense by Sam Borman that time, John. He walled up and did a great job for not to get the bucket as Crawley and Breeden come back in. They replace Thornsberry and Davis. Tigers will have the ball at half court. They lead 17-8 with 6:15 left here in the first half.
Now, Sam Bearden had 5 of the Cougars' 8 points in that first quarter. Here's Borman to the free throw line, to Lynch, cutting through. Back out, Tigers run the weave to Mackay Smith. Again, a great pass to Simon Smith for another layup. Well, Simon Smith's going to owe Mackay Smith dinner after this one's over. 2 great feeds for easy layups, and it's an 11-point Tiger lead. McDonald out top, guarded by Mackay Smith. Hand off to Crawley. They get it to Shekels at the top. Spins into the lane, goes up with a floater, no good, and a late foul called, I think, on Borman. Not much there, but that'll be the first on Sam, and Tavon Shekels will shoot a pair.
Well, I'm surprised that Sam Borman didn't kind of read that coming and get a charge there, but not out of contact, but Shekels will go to the foul line. And John, he's a 56% foul shooter.
He's a big guy. Thick. Nothing but the bottom on the first free throw. Brought a little rain, but knocked it down.
Well, one thing, Holy Cross with Thornsberry, Bearden, and Crawley are good foul shooters, and the rest of the team struggle.
Second one is long way off, and Borman up high. He's got a lot of boards here early. Mackay Smith will bring it across. High left, guarded by Shekels, goes right around him and then dribbles it off his foot out of bounds. Barrett Emberton, the senior, comes in for Holy Cross as Garrity will take a seat.
Well, one thing Mackay Smith does, he handles the ball really well, makes good moves, but he gets loose with the ball sometimes. And that's what happens.
Made a great
move
down here on Shekels, but he tried to stop, just as you said, bounce it right off his foot. Here's McDonald, high left, guarded by Dillard. High screen from Bearden. Dillard gets through it. Get it to Crawley on the weave, out to Bearden. Wants to drive against Sam. It's knocked away by Borman, and he's got it, and a foul on Bearden as he tried to reach over the shoulder of Sam Borman. Good hustle by Sam. The ball was loose, and he just dove down and grabbed it.
Yeah, Bearden handles it well, but sometimes when you get in traffic, you got to be careful when you're making your move. Borman knocks it away, and not a good decision.
So we had 2 fouls in the first quarter. We've had 7 in the first 3 minutes of the second quarter. Basketball. Mackay Smith, high left against Shekels. Gets a high screen from Simon Smith. Goes to the free throw line, stops, pops, rolls off. Simon Smith with a rebound, spins, goes up with a jump hook, no good. Borman with a putback, no good, and tipped out. And Borman knocks it out of bounds. Knocked it away from McDonald, but it went out of bounds. Boy, point blank chances for the Tigers. Timeout Holy Cross will take one as well. You're listening to St. X High School basketball on the Basic Impact Sports Radio Network.
Let's see, I need to replace the microwave, so I'll stop by Bargain Supply.
So can you hear me okay?
I need a new shovel and garden
Could you hear me okay then?
I'll get those at Bargain Supply.
It's just so loud in the background.
Bargain
It's
Supply
killing me.
those too. Well, this should be an easy trip.
Bargain Supply has 60,000 square feet of merchandise, so you can find.
Yeah, when you started talking about it, I was like, just don't mention us.
Save on appliances, electronics, tools,
Larry
and
might
more
be
at Bargain Supply.
I was just getting ready to
Jefferson in Lulu, downtown Louisville.
Planning an event for thousands? At
They have?
Events LLC, designers are available to provide custom production
Yeah, I
and
haven't been looking at
creative
my phone.
design services to coordinate your
Travis
perfect
7,
event.
PJ
Hosting a
8,
smaller
Kelvin
gathering,
9.
try their rental, installation, and delivery
Hero
services.
6. Pretty
Events
balanced.
LLC has everything needed to facilitate your next event. Their 66,000 square foot warehouse is
pretty good.
filled with unique props, linens, dance floors, and anything else you can think of. Call 583-5007 or visit eventsllc.com.
Back at the Will Center, John and Tony. Holy Cross called the timeout. They've got the ball in the front court. McDonald guarded by Dillard. Tigers still man-to-man. St. X leads at 19-9. 4.5 to play until intermission. McDonald high left. Double team comes. Cross court to Shekels. Kicks it out top to Crawley. Dillard's got him to McDonald. Left. Long three. Good. First points of the game for Jaron McDonald, the senior. And it's a three-pointer in the first points of the quarter for Holy Cross with about 4:12 to play. 2-3 zone, 19-12, Tigers lead it. Mackay Smith and Matt Lynch out top, looking for the lob. There it is to Dillard. He brings it down. Not a great pass. Goes up and he's fouled by Beard, and that's his second. That's big.
John, the Tigers actually set the alley-oop up well, but not a good pass by Mackay Smith. But Xavier Dillard did a great job right there of regrouping, under control. Little head fake, gets Bearden second foul. Thornsberry and Liston are sitting at the table here.
Bearden averaging 13 points a game, and he'll have to go to the bench here as Dillard knocks down the first free throw.
Dillard a 75% foul shooter on the year.
Liston in for Lynch for the Tigers. And Thornsberry in for Sam Bearden for Holy Cross. Trying to get the lead back up to 9 is Dillard. He does with the free throw. Smooth. Tigers with backcourt pressure. Here's Crawley. Still in the backcourt. Double team comes to him. Over to Thornsberry. Knocked away by Borman. This is trouble for 10 seconds. He just throws it ahead. Good job by Thornsberry. Smart move. Just throw it down the floor. Tigers pick it off, though. Here's Liston in the lane. Out top Borman. Open three. No good. In and out. Ball tipped out. Mackay Smith's got it. Drives. Lays it in. Right place, right time for Mackay Smith. His first two. Double team in the backcourt on Shekels. He falls down. Ball loose. Borman to Dillard for the layup. Timeout, Holy Cross. We'll keep it right here, and the Tigers jack up the pressure there, Tony. They get 2 turnovers, 2 easy buckets.
Yeah, we talked about it in the pregame. I thought the Tigers would really try when they could. You got to make baskets a lot of times to get into the press. Good pressure. They got 2 turnovers in a row, 2 quick buckets, and Coach Boucher calls timeout as the Tigers lead 25-12 with 3:19 left here in the first half.
And Borman very active. He got a deflection on the first time the Tigers press. That time he gets a steal as Shekels kind of just fell down and left the ball on the ground. Sam picked it up, got it to Dillard for the easy layup. Holy Cross did not look comfortable against that press.
Yeah, John, and one thing teams do, and I saw it in the earlier games against the pressure, you can't throw the ball in by the baseline or in the corner. You're putting your team in a bad spot. You can't get caught up and get in a hurry. Get the ball out of there. You get trapped. Guys get in trouble, and that's what's happened to Holy Cross here.
And all of a sudden, Tigers 13-point lead at 25-12 with 3:18 to go in the half. Here's Thornsberry, double teamed in the backcourt. Throws it ahead, gets it ahead, and then down underneath the basket, McDonald makes the catch, comes back out for a long three. Good.
Yeah, tough shot.
Jaron McDonald with all 6 Cougar points in this quarter cuts the Tiger lead back down to 10. Here's a pressure from Holy Cross at half court. Down low to Dillard. He puts it up, and it's blocked out of bounds by Emberton. Great pass from Borman again. Surprised no foul call there. Looked like Emberton got a piece of Dillard, but Tigers will keep it under their own basket.
Well, Holy Cross tries to jack up the pressure. Tigers pass it very well, just don't score.
Dillard in the corner, out top to Liston against the 2-3. High left to Mackay Smith. Back to Mike, right side to Dillard. He's got an open three. He'll take it here, no good. Rebound by Simon Smith, who may have traveled, got away with it. Out top to Borman. Sam out top to, looked to drive, then he kicked it out front to Liston. To Mackay Smith. Back to Liston. They get it to Dillard in the lane, goes up, ball blocked. Boy, that one didn't look like a foul, but it's going to be Sabo Dillard going to the line to shoot a pair. They call it on Thornsberry. That's his second.
And John, I like what the Tigers did. They set up that looks like that alley-oop play, but that time they showed it and they brought Dillard around to the front. They didn't keep him behind. Nice set off of the alley-oop type play. And now the referee talks to Sabian Dillard. I believe it was hit in the face, and he will go to the line where he is 2 for 2 tonight.
He'll shoot a pair. Chase Davis waiting to come back in for the Cougars, along with the junior Josh Miner. Dillard hits the free throw. Kyle Hennis, Andre Coleman back in for St. X. Mackay Smith with some good minutes here tonight. He will take a seat along with Simon Smith. The Smith brothers had some really good minutes there, Simon and Mackay.
They did, John. Did an excellent job of playing together. And Tigers lead 26-15. We got 2:24 left here in the first half. Dillard's second one.
Good. Baylor Bayline will check in his first minutes tonight as Sabian Dillard still rubbing his face there. Will get a break. Dillard leaves 13 points. Here's Crawley in the backcourt against the pressure. Gets it to the middle. They swing it left high to Garrity. Knocked away by Liston. They try to throw it in the middle to the new guy in there, Miner, and Liston stole it. And here's Mike out top. Right side, Andre. Three-pointer for Coleman. No good, way off. Ball comes out top. Crawley's got it. 3-on-3. Left side, McDonald. Can he hit another one? This one rolls in.
Soft rims.
Jaron McDonald with 3 3-pointers in the quarter, and all 9 of the points, not all 9 of the points, they've got 10 this quarter. Coleman in the left corner. Gets it out to Sam. Had a 3, turned it down. Cross court to Hennis in the corner, out top to Liston. Michael against Miner. Drives into the lane, kicks it out to Coleman. He goes to the free throw line, in trouble. Back out to Liston, corner Borman. 3 ball in the air, good. First points of the night for Sam Borman. It's a 3-pointer from the corner. It's 30-18 Tigers. Here's McDonald out top. He's been hot this quarter. High right to Garrity out top. Crawley faked the 3, goes inside the 3-point line. Back to McDonald, long 3. This one hits nothing but the backboard. Put back up by Garrity, no good, but he's fouled. That was one of those rebounds, Tony, that just, you're expecting it to hit the rim, and it doesn't. Came right down to Chaz Garrity, and second foul on Borman.
Yeah, it's hard to defend that when your ball comes up there and it's a foot long and it comes right down. Tigers fouls on Sam Borman, his second, and Garrity goes to the foul line.
He'll shoot a pair. Knocks the first one down. He looked so bad on the first free throw he took, but he's 2 for 2 since then.
Yeah, not a high percentage from the foul line, but hey, they go in, doesn't matter what you're shooting.
He knocks them both down. Matthew Lynch back in as Borman will take his 2 fouls to the bench. And 3-quarter court pressure here from the Cougars. Here's Hennis, still in the backcourt to Liston. Gets it in the front court in the corner to Coleman. Faked the 3 and got it back out to Liston. Michael drives to the top of the key, kicks it out to Hennis with 45 seconds to go in the half. Hennis looks to go one-on-one against Crawley. To Coleman, long 3 in the air, and it is long. And a foul on Bayline on the rebound. It'll be the 6th on the Tigers. So no free throws, but the Cougars will have the ball with 35 seconds to go in the half.
Don't like this shot, and if you're Bayline, you've got to give that rebound up. Now, Cougars will be in the bonus if the Tigers foul again with 35 seconds.
Tigers show backcourt pressure here. Crawley and Garrity playing pitch and catch in the backcourt. Cade Crawley, double team comes, bounce pass, still in the backcourt. And now Crawley's got it in the front court. Tigers back off of the pressure and go man-to-man here. To McDonald, knocked away by Liston. McDonald gets it back. Double teamed at midcourt, knocked away. Liston's got it. Gets it ahead to Coleman. Andre with a layup. First 2 for the senior. 8 seconds to go. Here's Crawley down the left sideline. Tigers need to get to him. He gets it to Garrity for a long three. Good at the buzzer. Chaz Garrity hits the three ball. 4 3-pointers for Holy Cross in that second quarter, and that's kept them in this game. It's 32-23 Tigers at the half. We'll take a break. The Eye Care Institute halftime report is on the way. You're listening to St. X High School basketball on the Bissing Impact Sports Radio Network.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the St. X Tigers and Jefferson County High School basketball on the Bissing Impact Sports Radio Network. Don't touch that dial. The Eye Care Institute halftime report is up next on the Bissing Impact Sports Radio Network.
Hello, everyone. This is Jennifer Washley, and on behalf of Larry Bissick and the Bissick Impact Group, I want to thank you for listening to the St. X Tigers on the Bissick Impact Sports Radio Network. This broadcast is just one of many examples of the vast marketing communication services that the Bissick Impact Group uses to deliver bottom-line results for our clients. Give us a call at 583-0333 or visit us at Bissick.com. The Bissick Impact Group, innovative, integrated, digital.
This is Coach Kevin Klein from the St. X Tigers. I've been a member of the St. X family my entire life, with my dad, brothers, and me all graduating and participating as involved alumni over the years. Family is important to me, just like it is important to Chris and Alex Hinkeybein from DFH Heating and Cooling. I encourage all St. X alumni with heating or air conditioning needs to contact the Hinkeybeins. You can call them at
shots come from the three-point line. John, they've taken 30 shots, 12 of them from the three-point line. So you got to defend that, and you've got to do a good job. And give McDonald credit. Boy, he got going there. Hit 3 threes in a row, but Holy Cross is 5 for 12 from the three-point line. And I think if you're Coach Klein, you're in there going, look, we talked about guarding the three. You got to get there. No if, and, or but about it.
Yeah, they're 2 for 6 on 2-pointers. They want to shoot 3-pointers, and if you're going to let them open, they're going to hit, probably as many as they miss, right?
Yeah, and look at the Tigers are 4 for 11 from the three-point line. So missed a few there towards the end. We shot it pretty well most of the first half. Tigers shooting 48%. Cougars shooting 39%. 5 3-pointers for the Cougars, 4 for the Tigers. Foul line pretty much the same. Tigers 4 for 4. The Cross 4 for 6.
Individual scoring, Tony?
First for the Cougars, leading scorer for them is Jaron McDonald with the 3 3-pointers. 6 for Garrity with that big 3. Bearden leading scorer with 5. 2 for Davis and 1 for Shekels. The Tigers have 4 for Simon Smith, 2 for Mackay Smith, 3 for Borman, 2 for Coleman, 5 for Liston, 3 for Hennis, and 13 for Sabian Dillard.
As senior night continues here, the cheerleaders, band members, and archery team senior members will be honored here at halftime. Of course, we saw the basketball players announced before the game. You can't really do that at halftime, right? Coaches kind of want their team.
It's kind of tough. Got 7 senior cheerleaders out here. And, John, you could have been on the archery team. You were really good with a bow and arrow.
Now, my nephew, Nate Jarbo, is a freshman on the archery team. And I don't want to brag here, but he's really, really good.
Got it from you, right?
Really good. No, not at all. Not in any
checking.
way. He got it from his grandfather, who taught him how to shoot a gun, the colonel. So the band members now being recognized here at halftime. 32-23, St. X. It feels like it should be a bigger lead, right?
It does to me too, John. The 3-pointers, keeping the Cross in the game. And I think if you're Coach Klein, you liked how you picked up the tempo, but you have to contain shooters. And if you're the Tigers, you've made some good decisions. Not a lot of turnovers. I don't know what they have the Tigers for. 4 in the first half and 8 for Holy Cross. So the Tigers have handled the ball pretty well. Holy Cross has hurt themselves with some turnovers.
Tigers out rebounding the Cougars 12-6, which you kind of expect, even though the Cougars got some big guys in there. When you're shooting a lot of 3-pointers, you're not going to get a whole lot of offensive rebounds.
Yeah, and 5 rebounds for Sam Borman for the Tigers. And That's all across this game. They're going to shoot the ball from the perimeter. You got to make them take tough shots. Hope they don't go in. If you're the Tigers, you want to be aggressive, I think, on offense with good shots. When the Tigers reverse the ball and move it, they're getting wide open shooters. They're just going to knock them down.
So the press, not the press, the zone, the 2-3 of the Cougars not really bothering the Tigers.
No, and what I'd like to see if I was the Tigers is when they reverse the ball, whoever's on the weak side drop. The Cougars have a tendency to drop really hard into the lane. I think they can get some weak side threes.
Samian Dillard, 4 of 10 from the field. Tigers leading scorer, 4 of 4 at the line, and made one of his 4 3-point attempts. 13 points for Dillard. The next highest Tiger is Mike Liston with 5, the senior. Simon Smith with 4. So some guys that normally score for you. First of all, we haven't seen Nicholas Mosley at all here tonight, so I wonder if he's under the weather. Coach Klein didn't tell me anything in the pregame, and he usually does. But
did you even see him?
I haven't seen Nick Mosley. No, that's a good point.
I don't believe I saw him warming up now that you brought that to our attention.
If you don't see him,
he's
kind of probably not going to play. All right, we'll take a break. Come back with more. You're listening to the Eye Care Institute halftime report and St. X High School basketball on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Got a trophy tonight. It's a participation senior night trophy. Everybody gets one. And Tigers lead at 32-23 here at the break. And the clock has stopped at 3 minutes, which is great for us because we got a lot of filler time to get to. Don't forget, if you're listening at home, you can go to your internet. You can go to your laptop or your phone or your computer or whatever you got. Yeah. And if you can still hear me, you can go to livesportscaster.com or stx.com and watch the streaming of the game. Matt McCarthy here tonight from Live Sportscaster to help us out. Stream the game. You can watch it, listen to Tony and I call it. And as you mentioned in the pregame, if you want to go back and see an old game that we have streamed from here, we do most of the home games. You can do that. Football as well. You can go to Live Sportscaster, just put the date in, and it will take you to all the possible games that day. You can find your St. X game you want to watch.
Yeah,
it's
John,
a great service. I like to go back and watch them and see how bad I was.
Well, I like to too, kind of critique, see how it sounded, how it went. But it is, if you have a grandson, a son, or just a friend, it's a good way to go back and, watch some of the home games, just the home games. But the St. X cheerleaders getting their time in now as we're waiting teams. I heard Jody Thornsberry say, you didn't tell me at halftime it was going to be 30 minutes, Alan.
Well, I thought about going down to that Duke-Louisville game. If this one ended before 9 o'clock, I don't think that's a possibility anymore.
No, unless you want to get there at halftime and then have to get out of there.
And I don't. Kentucky fans, just to let you know,
Cats, be ready, don't.
If you don't want to know, turn your radio down for the next 10 seconds. Kentucky leads LSU 48-43. 15 minutes to go in the second half in Rupp Arena. Of course, Louisville plays Duke tonight at the Yum Center. Who you like there, Tony? Can they beat Duke?
You know, John, I think if somebody's going to get them, it's a good night to get them a late game on a Tuesday night.
After they went to Virginia and won.
Yes, I think definitely, but I would still take Duke tonight. But I think it's an opportunity for the Cardinals tonight to get a shot at them. And a good one going in rough against a good LSU team that the Kentucky team's playing. But also got a score from Lexington at halftime. Trinity leads Lexington Christian 37-13.
Wow.
Kyle Rowe trying to become the second leading scorer all time in the Lexington area, and I'm going to give you the trivia question unless you saw it. Who is the all-time leading scorer? And I'll give you the range it was in. It was in the late 80s.
At Lexington Christian?
No, Lexington. The
school.
City. Yes, the city of Lexington.
Late 80s.
It's a tough one, but we saw him play.
Oh, I have no idea.
Mike Allen at Bryan Station, who I coached
against.
Me
all night. And
played at Georgia.
Mike Allen.
Played at Georgia. A lot of people don't remember Mike Allen, but when I was coaching at St. X, we went down and played in the Lexington Catholic tournament down there, won it that year, and beat Bryan Station in the finals. And I'm telling you what, people don't remember Mike Allen, a lot of people, but the people in Lexington do, and he was a talent.
According to the Twitter machine, Kyle Rowe has 9 of Lexington Christian's 13 points at halftime.
And Kyle Rowe, we saw him playing the Junior All-Star game last year.
Yeah.
Excellent player, and Trinity has just flat shut them down tonight.
32-23 here at the half. Both teams still back in the locker room, which kind of blows my mind. And Nick Camella with his first error of the year, Tony. This first error in 4 years. The Holy Cross High School, 2 L's in Holy Cross. Come on, Nick, you're better than that. Good minutes, Tony, from both Simon Smith and Makai Smith in that first half.
Yes, and like we said, they worked good together. Makai Smith found Simon Smith a few times. And, you know, Simon Smith's just a guy, and we call guys garbage men, but that's a compliment.
Yeah.
He's a guy that works around the basket, rebounds, he's strong, gets off the floor very well, and a guy that hadn't seen a lot of minutes lately who played very well.
Yeah, he had 3 rebounds, 2 of those on the offensive end, and of course 2 of 3 from the field. A couple of great passes from Makai Smith to put Simon in a spot for an easy couple of buckets in that first half. And as I look around, Tony, we are correct. Nick Mosley is not warming up here in the second half. You would have thought seasoned pros like us would have noticed that a lot earlier.
Well, we're just halftime seasoned pros. That half the game we notice, after half the game we notice things.
If you're Kent Fouché, what's the message to your team in the locker room at halftime?
Well, got to do a little better job down here on the offensive boards and make the Tigers take tougher shots. But all in all, they've shot the ball well from the perimeter, and I think if the Cross is going to win tonight, we talked about it at halftime, they're going to have to shoot the 3.
Just about ready to get started here in the second half. We'll see who the Tigers come out with to start this half. Again, they started the 3 seniors, including Andre Coleman, Mike Lisson, Sam Borman got the start early. Bonsbach with the 3 fouls. I certainly don't expect him to get the start here in the second half, although I don't think it'll be long before we see him again.
No, I would not. I could see him coming back with Bonsbach here. Dillard. Interesting to see how the Tigers go. Look like the 3 seniors. Look like this glad to started the game.
Let me ask you this. When did we go to, and I know it was somewhere in the last century, if a guy got 2 fouls, he had to come out of the game in the first half? Because back when you played, it was 3. You got your 3rd, you had to come out.
And, John, it's just a philosophy, I think, by most coaches. It can kill the flow to a team, I think. But you got to have confidence in your guy. But the hard part to me about that is if a guy's an inside player, I think it's a little tougher than a guy that plays on the perimeter. And Tigers will get the ball. We
deferred, yeah, of course.
So the Cross will be on defense. They will be defending the cafeteria. Not the cafeteria, the concessions, the football field.
It is Crawley, Davis, Thornsberry, Bearden, and McDonald, the starting 5 for the Cougars. Tigers go with Liston, Hennis, Coleman, Borman, and Dillard. Tiger ball. Looking for the lob. It's not there. Liston drives into the lane, stops, kicks it out front to Hennis. Kyle splits 2 defenders. Right corner Coleman. Out to Borman. Sam will take a dribble and give it back to Hennis against the 2-3. Kyle left side to Liston, the double team came. He got it back to Hennis, back to Liston. This is more of a 1-2-2 here, Tony, because they're pressuring on the first pass. Cross court, Liston has it. Drives, drops it for Hennis. Good defense by the Cougars for the first 30 seconds of this quarter. Here's Dillard. Got it down low to Borman for a 12-footer. Good. I don't think Sam was expecting that pass, Tony. All of a sudden, there it was. And he hits the jumper. 34-23, Tigers with the lead. Here's McDonald, who got hot in that second quarter, hit 3 threes in 4 attempts. Hands it to Crawley, back to McDonald in the left corner. They throw it down low to Bearden, and Hennis pushing him out of there, going to get called for the foul.
Well, what happens there, they get the switch, but somebody's got to communicate they had time to switch back. They didn't. Hennis gets the foul. Crawley will inbound under his basket.
Bearden in the corner, out top to McDonald. Looking for Crawley, gets it to him. Closing out was Liston quickly. They get it to Bearden at the elbow. Out top, Thornsberry 3 is way long and comes down to Borman.
Good look, but a foot long.
Hands it to Hennis, who walks it across. Kyle right into the lane for the layup. Oh, thought he got fouled by Thornsberry, but no call. Keaton got a piece of the ball, and here's McDonald the other way with an open 3, no good. Davis with a rebound, ball on the floor. Davis falls down and gets it. They get it to Bearden, and knocked away from him, and off of Borman out of bounds. Holy Cross will keep it underneath.
Well, a break for Holy Cross because Bearden lost control of the ball, and Borman was there. It goes off him. They will inbound again under their basket.
Crawley looking into McDonald out high, cross court to Thornsberry. Right corner, illegal screen called on Davis. Kevin Klein was calling it from the bench, and Chase Davis will get his second foul, first on the Cougars.
And John, the last time when they got the ball to Dillard in the middle, great job of looking opposite and getting the shot.
Hennis in the backcourt against the pressure D. Gets it to Liston. Centers the court, goes in with a floater, no good, partially blocked by Davis. Not a good decision by Mike Liston there. Thornsberry, cross court in the front court to Crawley. Back to Thornsberry, left side is McDonald. Hennis comes to get him. In the corner to Bearden, wants to drive against Hennis, and he just lost it out of bounds.
Twice he's made the same move on the baseline and not had control. He didn't get away with that one. But Liston got where he wanted to that time, John. He had shooters. I don't know why he didn't kick it out.
Little spin move by Bearden, and the ball just didn't go with him. Here's Hennis in the backcourt, and he split the defenders and then went down hard. And I think they're going to get McDonald with his first foul. They do. Second on the Cougars. The Tigers will keep it in the backcourt.
And, John, somebody's got to flash that middle. You can't have 2 guards out there against pressure just trying to throw it.
In the corner to Borman. Great drop pass to Dillard for the layup. 15 for Sabian now. And the lead back up to 13 for the Tigers. There's Crawley out top, right side to Thornsberry, looking down low for Davis. Can't get it to him. Now Davis comes out top and takes the pass. Guarded by Coleman. McDonald with a handoff, goes in against Hennis with a little off-balance block from behind by Dillard. Here comes Liston the other way for the Tigers. Balances the floor, drops it to Hennis, left side. Open 3 in the air, good. Nothing but the bottom for Kyle Hennis. His second 3. Tigers with a 7-0 run to start the quarter. Timeout, Holy Cross. We'll take it as well. 39-23, St. X. You're listening to St. X High School basketball on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Imagine flipping in the air on the Super Quad Bungee, running across the Big Baller obstacle course, or conquering Brutus, the mechanical bull. Christian family owned and operated, Louisville Inflatables specializes in school and church functions, festivals, and city fairs, offering inflatables of all shapes and sizes while being clean, safe, insured, and state inspected. Stop imagining and call 502-379-0876 or book online at LouisvilleInflatables.com, where laughter adds to life. Louisville Inflatables.
I'm Chris Burke, former major leaguer and St. X class of 1998.
I'm Pat Lampton, chief engineer at NASA and member of St. X class of 1983.
My name is Carl Ellsworth, screenwriter of The New Gremlins, and I'm also a member of St. X's class of 1990. Whether it's launching series-winning home runs or vessels bound for outer space, successful careers take off at St. X High School. Visit stx.com to learn more. St. X, this is where you start.
Back at St. X, John and Tony, a full timeout there called by Ken Fouché. Not happy with the 7-0 Tigers start here in the third quarter. 5 minutes to go in the third. St. X with their biggest lead of the night at 16. Here's Bearden. Knocked away by Coleman. He got it back up to Davis. Free throw line jumper. Rolls out, and Coleman, great block out on Bearden with a rebound. Liston will semi-walk it across. Hand off to Dillard. Sabian into the lane. Goes up. In trouble. It's a held ball, and that'll be Holy Cross basketball. As Thornsberry got a piece of it. And that's a couple times tonight, Sabian, he just goes too far when there's 3 guys around him. Crawley, left side to McDonald. Out top, Hennis guards him. Jaron McDonald looking for got the double screen to Crawley. He'll fake the 3 against Liston. Ball's on the ground, recovered by Crawley. Here's McDonald, left side 3, off no good. Tipped and went right to Bearden for the layup. Coleman went off Andre's hand, and Bearden, right place, right time with his 7th point. First points of the half for Holy Cross. Hennis into the lane, out to Dillard. Sabian out top, guarded by Thornsberry. Wants to drive, does drive, left side, out to Hennis, fake the 3. Gets in the corner, wide open. Andre for a 3, it's an air ball. Thornsberry brings it down, gives it to McDonald, ahead to Crawley. Crawley with a long 3, good. First points of the night for the second leading scorer for the Cougars, Cade Crawley. And the 16-point lead back down to 11 quickly. Here's Coleman at the top, wants to drive, does drive, lost it. Knocked away, ball on the ground. He dives for it, gets it, throws it to Liston. And a whistle and a timeout called by the Tigers. As Coleman went to the ground and got the ball, Kevin Klein able to call the timeout. I don't like that rule. Coaches should not be able to call timeouts. It makes it tougher on the officials.
Yeah, it does, but not a good decision by Andre Coleman trying to go 1-on-3. That's what happens. You get yourself in a bad spot. What Dillard did a little while ago, John, when he got in trouble, is he got the switch with Cade Crawley. And when he hit it with Crawley, that's the opportunity to let everything happen. You have the advantage in. Don't force the pressure. Wait till it happens. Tigers did a great job to start the half of penetrating and kicking and passing and getting good shots. Now they've gone 1-on-1 a few times. They've turned the ball over.
St. X with the first 7 points of the half. Holy Cross with the next 5. And I think Andre Coleman a little frustrated after the air ball 3, trying to do a little too much there.
Yeah, you can't do it all yourself.
Lob into Dillard, kicks it out front to Mackay Smith, who came in during the timeout. Mackay, they tried to throw the back door, and it went off the foot of Thornsberry. It was not there.
Well, that's a break for the Tigers.
So a break, yeah, as you said, a break for St. X. Sometimes you just throw it because that's the play that's called.
The play.
Right? Long pass out top to Liston. Tigers will set out there. He goes right around Thornsberry into the lane, kicks it out to Hennis. Kyle in trouble. Got it back to Liston. Mike and Hennis playing pitch and catch. The long 3 from Hennis, short, no good. And Crawley in with the big boys, brings it down. They get it back out to him. There's a 28-footer, no good. Ball knocked off of Mackay Smith. Great play by Chaz Garrity. And the Cougars will keep it under their own basket. Bonsbach back in for the Tigers with his 3 fouls with 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Crawley looking, still looking, gets it into Garrity, out top to Thornsberry. They swing it around, and Crawley ends up with it high right. Fake the 3. Looking to get it to Bearden, can't, and they gets it out top to McDonald. McDonald against Hennis, gets a high screen from Bearden. Goes in, now comes back out, handoff, fake the handoff, goes to the elbow with a jumper, no good, and Borman up high for the rebound. It is eerily quiet here in the Wills Center right now. Here's Hennis driving down the lane, knocked away from him by Bearden, and here come the Cougars the other way. Bearden wants to go all the way, he will, flips it up, no good. Dillard tipped it, and Bonsbach has it. Kyle with the dribble, he's double teamed, and it's knocked away, stolen by Bearden, and he lays it in. Terrible. Getting in too big of a hurry was Kyle Bonsbach there. He had some teammates there to help him and didn't use them. 39-30 as Holy Cross back in this game. They've scored the last 7. Bonsbach, high right, looking, gets it to Mackay Smith. Smith to Dillard, drives into the lane, the little floater, good.
That's the one you want when things are not going right.
41-30 Tigers, under 2 to play in the quarter. Here's Thornberry, high left, wants to drive around Bonsbach. He's cut off. and Borman kicks it. They had a back door. Bearden was there, but a good job by Sam to get a foot on it. As Tavon Shekels back in, Bearden will get a rest. Crawley will put it in under his own basket. Looking out top, in trouble, gets it to Shekels. Shekels wants to drive around Borman. He does, he charged. Absolutely. Lowered the shoulder, and Sam is hurt. I tell you what, Tavon Shekels is a big dude, and he went right into the chest of Sam Borman, who says, get me out of here.
That's a linebacker running over a DB right there, boy. I'm telling you. But a nice job by Borman. Tigers lead by 11, 1:30 left, third quarter.
He's still feeling it, Tony. Mackay Smith, handoff to Dillard, out top to Borman. Back to Bonsbach, high right, and they swing it to Mackay Smith. Mackay to Dillard, it's the same play, looks down for Bonsbach. He got it to him, and he laid it in, and he got fouled. Great pass by Dillard, and even a better catch from Kyle Bonsbach.
It was, John, and I was getting ready to say I thought it was a bad decision to try to screen again because, once again, Dillard gets McDonald on him, which is a mismatch, but a great job of him reading the pick and roll. Bonsbach will go to the foul line.
First foul on McDonald.
Hasn't shot him very well.
Make it the second foul on McDonald, and this one's no good, and Garrity with the rebound. 43-30, Tigers with the lead. Crawley with a handoff to McDonald, out to Garrity. He drives against Bonsbach, cut off there to Thornsberry. Wants to go over the little floater. It rolls out, and Dillard up high for the rebound. Sabian double teamed, in trouble, and a foul on Garrity as Sabian was in trouble under the Holy Cross basket.
And, John, you just cannot teach players at this level to just stand there and trap. Why reach it at that point? You just give up a foul.
Fifth foul on the Cougars. Tigers have only committed one this half. Here's Hennis in the front court. Gets it to Dillard out high. Back to Hennis with 48 seconds to go in the quarter. Hennis to Mackay Smith. Guarded by McDonald. Borman back to Smith. Drives right down the lane. Gets it to Bonsbach for the layup. Great look to Kyle Bonsbach from Mackay Smith, who's had 3 of those passes so far here tonight. Double team in the back court. Here's Thornsberry with 23 seconds. Gets it up to Shekels. Gets it down low to Garrity. Hennis on him. Garrity has a little size on him. Goes up. And, boy, Kyle looked like he did a good job just keeping his ground, but they call a foul on him.
I guess he moved in a little bit, but he stayed straight up and down. And Garrity, who's not on the season, not a good foul shooter, 3 out of 4 tonight.
Second on Hennis. 2 shots now for Chaz Garrity. Matt Lynch in as Dillard goes to the end of the bench to see Danny McDonald. So Sabian, some guys getting banged up here. Free throw rolls out. Bearden back in for the Cougars. They'll give Jaron McDonald a rest. Jaron McDonald's a mystery here, Tony. 3 threes in that second quarter. Those are his only points of the night.
Well, Bearden took a long break on the bench, too, so he's back in. 15-point lead, and the second one's good.
Garrity knocks down the free throw. He is 4 of 6, and he's got 7 points. Hennis, ball knocked away in the backcourt. Here's one ahead to Garrity. Lynch knocked it away with 8 seconds.
Boy,
not a turnover in the backcourt.
Not
the Tigers.
Not a good decision by Kyle Hennis trying to throw it into 3 guys in that situation. You're just wanting to get the ball up the court, John, and now Holy Cross gets an opportunity to try to cut this 14-point lead with 8 seconds.
45-31. They get it in, knocked away by Hennis as it came into Thornsberry right on the sideline. And Keaton will throw it back in for the Cougars.
You got to stay attached to 3-point shooters.
Still looking, gets it to Bearden at the free throw line. Goes up with a long jumper, no good. And Matt Lynch up high for the rebound. Gives it to Hennis with 1 second. 80-footer, hits the front of the rim, but will not roll over that soft rim. Third quarter comes to an end. 45-31, Tigers lead it. We'll come back, 8 minutes to play. You're listening to St. X High School basketball on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
When you're ready to tackle that
Back at St. X, John and Tony getting ready for the fourth quarter. St. X leads Holy Cross 45-31. Here with 8 minutes to play.
Tigers do a much better job of defending the three there in the third quarter, John.
Sabian Dillard, yes, they did. Only one for the Cougars there. Sabian Dillard 17 to lead the Tigers. Bearden and McDonald with 9 apiece to lead Holy Cross. St. X will have the ball to start the quarter. Lynch, Mackay Smith, Bonsbach, Borman, and Hennis for the Tigers. Crawley, Shekels, Bearden, Garrity.
And the rage cage getting into it over there.
And Thornsberry in for the Cougars. Well done. High left to Hennis. They throw the lob down to Borman. Oh, that's a terrible call.
Well, there's not enough. If he moves Shekels out of the way.
They call the push off on Borman from underneath, but I didn't see it. Turnover for the Tigers. Holy Cross ball. Crawley will bring it across quickly. Hands it to Shekels, who hands it off to Thornsberry. High left to Bearden. Back to Crawley. Open three. In and out, no good. And Borman up high with another rebound.
Set play for Crawley, trying to get him going.
Smith gets it across quickly, and now he'll slow it down. Standing on the X at midcourt. Mackay hands it off to Borman. He'll hand it off to Hennis. Kyle drives into the lane. Drops it for Lynch, right side. In the corner, open three for Hennis. No good long. Borman another rebound. Sam with one dribble, goes up with a little floater, rolls in. 7 for Borman, all in the second half. The Tigers strike first again here. They've struck first in every quarter. Crawley, right corner to Shekels. Back out to Crawley, 28-footer, good.
Why you can't go zone. They went zone, and Crawley gets an open look, which he hasn't hardly had all night.
47-34, Tigers with the lead. Mackay Smith in the back court, gets it to Hennis. Kyle in the front court to Borman, fake the three, back to Hennis. Smith has it out top, guarded by Crawley. Goes right around him with a little floater, no good, and rebounded by Thornsberry. Good look that time, it wouldn't go down. Here's Crawley with another 28-footer, no good, and Bonsbach alone for the rebound.
Got to get out there and defend a three.
I don't know how far do you come out, though. That's a long one. Smith out top, guarded by Crawley. Hands it off to Hennis. Gets it to Borman. Sam to Bonsbach out high, back to Smith, high left. Mackay dribbles against Bearden. Right side to Hennis. Kyle back out to Smith, to Lynch. Drives into the lane. In the corner to Hennis. Open three ball in the air. In and out, no good. Bonsbach with a rebound and the putback.
Great rebound by Kyle Bonsbach.
6 for Bonsbach. All his points are in the second half. The lead back up to 15 for the Tigers with under 6 to play. Thornsberry out top against Borman. Dribbles into the lane against Sam. A little fall away jumper, no good. Back rimmed it. Rebound by Garrity. Puts it up, rolls off, but a foul by Bonsbach. That's his fourth. Nice offensive rebound from Chaz Garrity, and he'll shoot a pair here where he's 4 for 6 on the night.
Yeah, and Garrity's a guy that's giving him good energy, John, and good minutes. He's done a good job on the boards. He's made a few buckets, and he'll go back to the foul line where he's been a bunch of times tonight, like you said.
Garrity averages 4 points a game as he knocks this one down. He's got 8 tonight, including that three-pointer at the end of the first half.
Simon Smith comes back in for the Tigers, and so does Sabian Dillard, as Kyle Hennis. Who else went out of the game there, John? I thought it was Lynch, but he's just standing with the coach. We won't worry about it.
Bonsbach with his 4 fouls.
That's who it was.
This one's way short, and Borman up with another rebound. Mackay Smith, double teamed in the backcourt, splits it himself. Tried to drop it off, but it's knocked away and stolen by the Cougars. Shekels lost it. He and Borman may have hit heads. Sam looks a little weary.
They've made contact a couple times.
But it's Tiger basketball here. Here's Dillard out high against Shekels. Gets it to Lynch, high left. To Borman, corner three ball in the air, way long air ball. Simon Smith with the rebound. Out to Mackay. Mackay left side to Lynch. Matt into the lane, stops, little floater, rolls off. Rebounded by Thornsberry. Good looking shot there, just didn't get the roll. Here's Thornsberry to the top to Bearden. Right side, Garrity, open three, no good, short. Rebound by Shekels, that should never have happened, and a held ball will go to Holy Cross as he put it up, missed it, got it back, and Simon Smith able to tie him up. Tigers had 4 guys under the bucket there, and Shekels, the only Cougar, got the rebound.
Got to put a body on somebody, John. You can't just go in there and jump. And a great job by the Cougars fighting hard.
Thornsberry under the basket, still looking in the corner to Shekels, guarded by Lynch. Drives baseline, kicks it to Garrity at the block out top. Bearden 3, long, no good. Rebound hits the deck, picked up by Thornsberry, who got it to McDonald, who hit a 3 and was fouled by Mackay Smith. Timeout, St. X will take one as well. 49-38 St. X, 4:36 to play. You're listening to St. X High School basketball on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
This is Coach Kevin Klein from the St. X Tigers. I've been a member of the St. X family my entire life, with my dad, brothers, and me all graduating and participating as involved alumni over the years. Family is important to me, just like it is important to Chris and Alex Hinkeybein from DFH Heating and Cooling. I encourage all St. X alumni with heating or air conditioning needs to contact the Hinkeybeins. You can call them at 968-6222 or visit their website at dfhcompany.com. Support
John Spears, Tony Burke. Holy Cross has closed the gap to 11, and Jerry McDonald going to the line for a 4-point play opportunity as he hit the 3 and got fouled by Mackay Smith.
Holy Cross shooting threes and long rebounds and chasing them down. And McDonald goes to the free-throw line after hitting a 3-pointer where he shoots 66%.
And knocks it down. His first point, not a 3-pointer tonight. He's got 13 on the evening. Here's Mackay Smith into the front court. Gets it ahead to Simon Smith. One dribble back out to Mackay. 10-point lead for the Tigers with 4.5 to play. Mackay Smith looking for the back door. He does throw it. It's there and laid in by Dillard. Well, the defender just lost sight. He had pretty good coverage there, but lost sight of the basketball. Thornsberry, long 3, no good. Another long rebound to Shekels. He goes up, puts a floater up short. Borman's got his 10th rebound. To Mackay Smith, to Dillard. Ahead to Lynch. It's 2-on-2. Matthew will stop and back it out. Cross court to Mackay Smith. 51-39. Tigers with the lead under 4 to play. Here's Dillard, high right. Unnecessary 3, and it rolls off. Ball tipped by Simon Smith and chased down by Borman. Great hustle by Simon Smith there. Here's Mackay out top, guarded by McDonald. Goes around him. Right side Dillard, out top to Lynch. Has a 3, decides against it as Bearden closes out. Here's Dillard out top to Lynch, left side to Borman. Sam will drive right around Shekels, puts it up off balance, no good. Went to get it, Smith got it instead to Dillard. Open 3, no good. And the long rebound to Bearden. Hit ahead to McDonald, who lays it up and in. Well, Tigers with plenty of chances there. Couldn't get anything to fall. Pressure in the backcourt. Dillard goes sideline, beats the defense. It's 3-on-1. Gets it to Borman for the layup, who missed it. Simon Smith with the putback blocked. Ball knocked away. Garrity had it on a push by Dillard.
Boy, a lot of contact on those plays down there. Let him play through it. And Dillard gets a foul.
And first foul on Sabian. The lead is 10. Sabian Dillard sometimes, Tony, will take shots at inopportune times just because he's open.
Yeah, you got to understand sometimes situation, time, but Tigers got to get that ball in the basket. Too many opportunities.
Big trip here for Holy Cross, trying to get it back down to single digits here with 2:40 to play. Into the lane goes Bearden, puts it up no good, but a foul on Simon Smith. And Sam Bearden will go to the line to shoot a pair. First foul on Simon Smith, and the 7th on the Tigers.
Holy Cross has an opportunity to get this into single digits.
So Bearden will shoot a pair. First one is nothing but the bottom of the net.
And John, Tigers have 6 points here in the fourth quarter.
Well, they seem to do it once a game where they have a single-digit scoring quarter. They only put 13 on the board in that third quarter. Second free throw rolls out, so the Tiger lead stays at 9. Liston back in for St. X, ahead to Mackay Smith. Smith dribbles it back out, gets it to Borman at the free throw line. Sam dribbles twice, in trouble. Looks out top and gets it to Mike Liston with 2.5 to play. Sabian Dillard gives him a high screen. He turns it down and gets it to Mackay Smith. Mackay against Crawley in the corner to Liston. Michael dribbles baseline. Cross court to Borman in the corner, down low to Simon Smith. He dribbles out of trouble and gets it back to Mackay. Mackay to Liston, high left, 3 ball in the air, good.
Senior night.
Well, Mike Liston started the game with a 3, and he hits a big one here in the fourth quarter. He's got 8. Bearden, left side, in the corner to Thornsberry. He drives around Simon Smith, gets it to Garrity, spins, puts it up and in off the glass. Chaz Garrity having a nice game tonight. Averages 4, he's got 9. Liston gets it to Mackay Smith in the backcourt. Double team comes, he gets away from it. Not a good pass, but it got through to Borman. Back to Smith. Mackay into the lane to Sam. Sam dribbles, goes into the lane, fakes, gets it to Simon Smith for the layup and a foul. Great pass from the senior Borman to the junior Simon Smith. And he'll go to the line to try to complete the 3-point play.
And Johnny sure made me look good because I was getting ready to say, why shoot the ball in that situation? But when you get a layup, you take it. Simon Smith will go to the foul line as Bearden gets his 3rd foul of the night. 3rd foul on Bearden, as you said, and Simon Smith, who's got 6 points, all the result of great passes by his teammates. And only a 52% foul shooter. 1:32 to go. The Tiger lead is 12. This one's long, no good. So expect a lot of 3 balls to be jacked up here by the Cougars. Here's one from McDonald. It rolls out, and Borman with yet another rebound. Liston in the backcourt, in trouble, gets it ahead to Borman, to Mackay Smith in the front court. And he is fouled as he tried to pass it across to Liston. 7th foul on the Cougars. This one's on Crawley, and Liston will shoot a 1-and-1. Would actually be Mackay Smith at the line. And Johnny's only a 56% foul shooter, but he's a much better foul shooter than that. You just jinxed him, Tony. I did. Yep, short. Borman with a rebound, went up to lay it in and got fouled. Boy, he just beat Bearden into the lane. Can't happen. Got the rebound, and he'll shoot a pair. Can't happen. If you want to win the ball game down the stretch here, Tigers lead by 12, 56-44 with 1:11. And Sam Borman now goes to shoot. He'll shoot a pair, the senior on senior night. Knocks down the first one. That's his 8th point. He's 2 away from a double-double. And now he's 1 away from a double-double. 9 points. I don't know the exact number of rebounds, but it's got to be 11 or 12. Left side is McDonald. 1 minute to play. Thornsberry to Garrity, cross court, stolen by Mackay Smith. There's the athleticism. Mackay all the way in, lays it in. Wow. 4 for Mackay Smith. Cougars bring it across. McDonald to Thornsberry, fake the 3 against Mackay, now drives inside, back out to McDonald. 3 in the air, good from the corner. Really shot it well tonight. He has. It's his 5th 3-pointer. He's got 18 points to lead the Cougars. Jaron McDonald averages 6 a game, and he's got 18. Yeah, John, Tigers in a good spot now. Holy Cross did a nice job of fighting back here in the fourth quarter, but the Tigers have done a pretty good job down the stretch. Hit that basket, a couple of foul shots, and on a night where you really feel like you needed a victory going into Floyd Central on Friday night, traveling over before the district. Tigers look pretty good here with 38 seconds left in the game. Not an impressive victory, Tony, but it could have been mentally a disastrous loss. Yeah, and Holy Cross has done a nice job of fighting back when they got behind by 14, 15 points, and a couple of threes. They've had some looks late in the game, and that's what they're trying to do, and they just didn't go down, and Tigers look like they're going to close this one out here tonight. Tigers will be in action Friday night, final regular season game at Floyd Central. I'm assuming a 7:30 tip, but if I'm wrong, I apologize. Floyd Central ranked as one of the top 5 teams in their
class in the state of Indiana. So Kobe Barnes going to Indiana State. He's really good. We saw him here last year. That should be a big challenge for this Tiger team.
Yeah, and the Tigers got a big win here last year against Floyd Central. So Floyd Central will remember that when they come driving up to the knobs. And Tigers going to take the 3 seniors out of the ball game, John, as Clay Borders, Aiden Mudd, and Ben Varga come in. And Andre Coleman, Sam Borman, and Michael Liston will come out of the game. Also Hennis and
everybody heading out.
But he made sure he got the 3 seniors out.
So 34 seconds left here. The Tigers can just run it out here if the Cougars decide not to foul. And John Carroll will take the pass in the backcourt against Thornsberry. Dribbles right. Handoff to Varga. Ben against Shekels. Will get it to Borders. Clay goes into the lane. Stops. Knocked away, but Carroll chases it down with 20 seconds. Borders right corner 3. Air ball, no good. Rebound by Mudd. He put it up and in, but it won't count. They'll call a charge on Aiden Mudd.
And I don't know if Coach Klein very happy about Clay Borders taking that shot. I think they were just trying to run the clock out, John.
69 all in Lexington, by the way.
If I haven't been in the game, hey, I'm going to shoot it.
Here's a 30-footer, in and out, no good from McDonald. Carroll with a rebound, under 10. He walks it across, and that'll do it 60-47. Tigers victorious 11 years in a row now. They've knocked off Holy Cross. And St. X improves to 16-8. Holy Cross drops to 12-14. We'll take a break, come back. ICAR Institute post-game report is next. Listening to St. X High School basketball on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Hello, John Spears here for M&M Cartage, a family-owned transportation company since 1972. That's 46 years of experience. Run by St. X alum Don Hayden and his wife Denise, specializing in logistical services, freight shipping, warehousing, and more for companies nationwide. Contact St. X alum Don Hayden, class of 80, or Rob Burke, class of 90 at 502-456-4586, or visit mmcartage.com for more information. M&M Cartage, the leader in regional transportation and logistics.
Hey, it's Jamie Miller, St. X alum, class of 85 with Glen Oaks Country Club. Are you looking for a membership at a private country club? You can do that at Glen Oaks starting at just $49 a month. Are you not sure but want to try Glen
points for Sabian Diller, the only Tiger in double figures tonight. Jaron McDonald, 18 for Holy Cross to lead the way, including 5 of 10 three-pointers. Tigers just sort of took care of business tonight, Tony.
Yeah, you're exactly right, John. Kind of workman's-like effort. Sam Borman, I thought, played excellent. I know Dillard was the leading scorer in the game, but Borman had 15 rebounds. He was a point away from that double-double, John. So give the Tigers credit. Holy Cross made it look like they were going to make a run. They got it down right to 10 points, and then the Tigers finished the game out.
Shooting-wise, Holy Cross 15 of 46 on the night, 32.6%, 9 of 27 from long range. Tigers were 24 of 53 for 45%, and that's where you win the ball game. You just outshot the Cougars, who are in the game this game to shoot a lot of three-pointers. They took 27 on the night. Tigers took 23.
Yeah, both teams looked in and put the ball up from the perimeter. Tigers did a good job on Cade Crawley, the second leading scorer. He only had 6 points, and Bearden had 10, so they only got 16 out of their 2 leading scorers, and that's for St. X, really does a nice job of handling them and doing a good job on their 2 leading scorers.
And Sam Borman, Tony, 9 points and 15 rebounds. That's a pretty solid senior night.
It is, and give him credit. I thought Liston played well, one of the other seniors. And Andre Coleman had 2, and Liston had 8. So three seniors go out of here on senior night with a victory.
We'll take a break, come back, wrap things up, look forward to the postseason. You're listening to St. X High School basketball, the Bissing Impact Sports Radio Network.
Hey, St. X fans, Kyle Keurig here.
I think that's only their 6th team foul.
Is
it over?
The doctors there wrote a book called One Eye or Two, Insider Secrets to help you choose the right business.
8 seconds.
To find out how you
that's what I got. Of radio as the Tigers victorious tonight, 60-47 over Holy Cross. St. X improves to 16-8. They'll play at Floyd Central Friday night, final regular season game, and then the Tigers go into district play next Tuesday at Male. They'll take on Collegiate. Win that, you got the Male Bulldogs a week from Thursday, and hope maybe we'll be back on the air. Maybe we won't. We shall see. But it's been another fun year for us here, Tony.
Yeah, it has, John. We get the privilege of doing this for the Bissing Impact Group. And something we enjoy, something we hope you enjoy when you listen. Tigers go to 16-8 tonight. I want to thank Larry Bissick and Jennifer Marshall for all the stuff they do for us. And St. X High School and Alan Donhoff, the athletic director over here. So hopefully you'll hear our voices again in the postseason.
And if not, we'll talk to you when St. X and Trinity play baseball this year from Patterson Stadium. So until then, I want to thank Billy Rutledge back at the studio for keeping us on the air tonight. Thanks to Matt McCarthy on the stream as well. Tigers win it tonight. And for Tony Burke, John Spears saying so long. Final score here tonight, St. X 60, Holy Cross 47. You've been listening to St. X High School basketball on the Bissing Impact Sports Radio Network.
This is Coach
Looks like they fouled again.
St. X Tigers. I've been a member of the St. X
Same guy fouled 2 seconds later. Thanks, Billy.
Thanks, Billy.